Welcome to Guys, a podcast about guys. I am your host, Brian, nicest boy on this call for sure. My co-host here, who wouldn't know anything about what we're talking about, Chris James. Hi, Chris.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. I just want to say I really do appreciate you having me on the podcast. And Brian, indeed, I appreciate you having me as a co-host. And I appreciate
manners isn't just saying nice things to somebody.
Yeah, it's not cafe gratitude.
I appreciate Libby. Well, I was just about to say I appreciate Libby coming on our guest, but okay, no, I do. I appreciate Libby coming on as our guest, and I appreciate the listeners as well, more than anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should start every episode like this. Just say something you're grateful for.
Well, I've actually tried.
Literally the worst thing in the world. When I have to do that on Thanksgiving, it's the worst thing in the world. I hate it. Makes me want to die.
Yeah.
We had a really weird tradition in our house where, because there's no Thanksgiving in the UK, but on New Year's Eve, we would go around and say a good thing and a bad thing that happened that year. And then I was like, why are we saying the bad thing? Let's just not say the bad thing, you know? Especially when it got to the point where it's like, well, Nana died, so I guess that's the bad thing.
Yeah. I guess that's the indication we shouldn't be doing it. Like,
well, we all know.
Like, hey, Brian, what are you thankful for? I guess Katie and Gwen. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
So, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm not grateful for anything.
Yes, I was just thinking, Libby, if like the good thing isn't as bad as isn't as good as the bad thing is bad too. It's just like, hey, you know, Mom died, but I got a new pair of pants that fits fantastic.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because they do this thing. I think it's even it might only be it might only be Thanksgiving, but it might be Easter. They have this tree that has like little green pieces of paper that you fold in half and you write down something you're grateful for and you stick it on the tree. So it's like, I think it's a spring renewal thing or something. I don't know. I never
very
participate.
American, to be honest.
I never participate in it. Never. Because I'm just like, again, I don't know what I'm grateful for. You know what I mean? Oh, you know, listen, I'm grateful for the listeners of this podcast.
Yeah, what do you mean you don't know what you're grateful for? You have the easiest job in the world. Go on vacation all the time.
I just told you, I just stared at my ceiling for like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm grateful for other than the fact that I have the easiest life and I get to do this really fun thing all the time. Now, listen, I'm grateful for my family, and we're not actually
doing it now.
We're not actually doing the grateful thing.
No, we're not.
I do understand manners. I will say that I was raised with good manners. My dad was like obsessed with manners. So he was like really like, you know, no elbows on the table. Like, you know, like just
I
at
hated
dinner.
that one.
I did too. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And my parents would be like, no elbows on this table. And I'd be like, why? Who the fuck cares?
Check this out, Nana. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm
elbows
doing
on my
it now.
fucking desk. What are you going to do now?
Yeah,
I remember doing it when I first moved out and just feeling like, this guy.
Brian's just like,
crazy.
holy shit, let me stick my elbows on the table and call some phone sex lines.
Also, ain't. I'm allowed to say ain't now. I wasn't allowed to say ain't growing up. And I think that was sort of a weird etiquette thing because of my parents being like, you are not a bunch of rednecks. Like they sit you down and they're like, you're not a bunch of rednecks. You know?
we're not a redneck family. We drive a, what was it?
Chrysler Sebring.
A Chrysler Sebring. And people who drive Chrysler Sebrings don't say the word ain't. Thank you very much.
We're not rednecks. We just have an above ground pool that all the neighborhood teenagers go in and beat the crap out of each other and call Marco Polo. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, but they had these rules, these etiquette rules that I was supposed to follow. There weren't like spoons and forks. That like wasn't a rule.
You guys were eating with hands mostly.
No. I'm saying. See, now there weren't spoon and fork rules.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I know some people have spoon and fork rules and stuff like that. We didn't do that.
It wasn't that hardcore in my household either. It wasn't like, you know, you have to have that. It was more just like, say thank you, say please, you know, like it was just, he was big on manners and being like respectful and stuff like that, which I honestly kind of appreciated. He wasn't so hard with it that it like made life not fun, but it made it so I wasn't just like a rude person growing up, you know, like I understood basic etiquette and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's good to teach your child not to be an arsehole, I think. And, you know, many different approaches to that.
I guess the reason I'm like sort of down on these guys is because I've been prepping the episode and noticed that like a lot of them use it as a way to shit talk people in their life that I don't think they actually like, but they still have to hang around with.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Where it's like if Porno Sean was still in my life. Mm-hmm. And I was still hanging out with him, and I had to just be like, he'd come over to the house, and when he left, it's like you find every wrong thing he did while he's at your house.
I thought you were going to say watching porn is bad manners, which, it could be, depending on the situation.
No, it's not if you do it in the privacy of, on your own or whatever. Apartment. Yeah.
Now, that's a really interesting philosophical question. Is it possible to have manners when you're by yourself?
No, I don't think it is.
Oh, sorry. No, you're right. That's actually a really boring question.
We actually don't do that kind of thoughtful stuff on this podcast, Libby. We gave Libby such a death stare. Like, what are you trying to make?
Shut the fuck up.
Why are you trying to make us think about stuff?
And now I've had bad manners by getting this so wrong.
Yeah. These are just quick hit. A lot of these are just the question. I didn't provide any of the answers for these.
Okay.
I want to read you this one because this is a really good example of that. Mm-hmm. This guy goes to r/etiquette, okay? And he asks, communicating with the guy who's always arrives late to the cookout. So a couple times a year I have a cookout. The last 2 or 3 times the guy I invited has arrived right when we were wrapping up, and it was awkward. Like, the cookout started at 6 and he rolled in at 9. Everyone had gone home. We put away all the food and we're moving the folding chairs off the deck.
Okay, that is a little egregious. It's like everyone's backing up and he shows up like, all right, what are we eating, fellas? Like, that is my brother. I just had this because I had a Mother's Day, get together, and all the mothers came over. So it was like my mom and then Ariel and my brother's wife and my stepmom, and my brother showed up. He has a family, so it's a little excuse, but he showed up really, really like an hour and 15 minutes late. And this thing was only supposed to be about an hour and a half long.
No, you can't do that.
And so he kind of it forced us to stretch it out and do like more stuff and stay around for longer. Yeah. It really kind of dragged it out a little bit. And I was my dad, again, he was like always on time, only late once in my entire life ever. And I thought he had died, obviously, because when you're on time. My brother and I took it the opposite. I was like, okay, that's how I'm going to be. I'm going to be like really punctual. And my brother's like, he rebelled against it. He took the opposite. And it is kind of, I mean, it's annoying. It's, and I can't really talk to him about it. Like there's no, that's
the thing though. This question here, this guy is like, is it acceptable to shoot him a message to the effect of, we'll be starting around 6 and aren't going to go super late. I should mention he's an acquaintance as opposed to a close friend. But other than that, the above issue, I'm happy to have him on the guest list. Well, the fucking solution to the problem is say, hey, man, don't come late.
Well, don't invite him. He's just an acquaintance.
Yeah, don't invite.
Don't invite him.
If I have a party and someone shows up right when I am putting the food away, I'm absolutely not inviting him to the next one. That's crazy.
Unless they're like, "Hey, listen, man, this will not happen again. Here's my explanation for it, or whatever." But if he just rolls in, "Hey, what's happening, guys?" and stuff,
and then
it's
stays.
Like, okay, yeah,
like if you do the Grandpa Simpson, where you come in and you see that the food is being put away, and you're like, "Holy shit! Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I will leave, and I'll see you next time." That's what
maybe
I
can
would
help
do.
you. Maybe I can help you pack up some of the stuff, and we can just catch up quickly, and then I'll just take off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Again, 3 hours late is egregious, and you should never be 3 hours late to anything ever. Because this is the fight I'm in with my wife all the time. Is that she is not punctual.
Yes. Okay, Brian. I'm so happy we're talking about this because I am so anxious about being late. I hate being late.
Me too. I'm psychotic.
Me too. We're all the same that way. Okay, cool.
Whereas I think Lewis is sort of the opposite, and he, like, especially, with social stuff, really doesn't want to show up on time because, especially when you're younger, that is not cool to show up on time.
Yeah, you got to sit there. You might have to be alone with somebody.
Yeah,
don't want to be first. Yeah, you don't want to be first at a big party, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's a difficult thing to navigate. But for me, especially if I'm going to meet people for dinner or for lunch, and now I'm just naming different meals. Let's say breakfast, maybe
brunch.
a coffee, a snack. Yeah,
Brunch,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm going to meet people, and I think it's especially bad if they have kids, like in your situation, Chris. Like if I was going to meet someone with a kid, I know how important like nap schedule is or whatever, and I would never want to fuck that up. So yeah,
I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, and I would
I'm really
invite
thoughtful.
you. Yeah.
She's just, my wife's kind of like, it takes me, the amount of time it takes me to get ready is the amount of time it takes me to get ready.
Well, that's not an excuse. And listen, I love Katie, and
listen,
I defend her on almost every point that you ever bring up, but that's not an excuse because you know how long it takes you to get ready, and then you have to get there at the time. So it's like different. If you don't have the time to get ready, then that's one thing, but it's like, you just have to start earlier, Katie.
You start earlier.
And then it's fantastic. This is the most fantastic thing about it. If you say, hey, like I'll be pacing around the house.
Oh yeah, I know how you like to deal with a situation like that.
I'll be going insane, but silently.
Yeah.
And then I might say, hey, we're supposed to be there in like 5 minutes, and it's going to take 20 minutes to get there. And she's like, don't rush me.
Oh,
and gets
man.
mad, and then is mad for the rest of the time.
This happens at my household too. And listen, Ariel listens to the podcast, so
does Katie.
I don't want to get into it too much, but there has definitely been times where it's just like, hey, we really do gotta go. We really like the movie starts at this time, and we have to get there, or like. And then she is similar. She's not that bad, though, I will say. Like, she's generally pretty good with getting ready in time.
I support the women, obviously. I support the women of the podcast, and I support the women
too.
who listen to What's All This Then, with a
yeah,
lot of female listeners. So, basically,
Yeah,
and
you're the punctual one, too. So, it goes both ways, obviously. In fact,
it goes both ways.
It goes both ways with that situation a lot of the times. And sometimes, I'll admit, sometimes maybe I get myself in a bit of a tizzy trying to get my hair just right and all of that stuff. And so it can happen.
So the answer to this ended up being from every single person on r/etiquette. Hey, why don't you put an end time for the party? And then the guy can't show up at 9. You know what I mean? Oh, it ends at 9. I can't show up. Now, I understand why you don't want to put an end time at the party. Right.
What if it's really popping off?
What if things are going well?
What if things are
like, it's not the law. You don't have to shut it down. If you put on the invitation, it ends at 9. It's not like everyone's going to be like, well, I guess I got to go now.
But maybe some of them will. But maybe some of them will, Libby. Right? Some of them will be like, I don't want to be rude. So it's like now you got a party that's fucking popping. And fucking people are going crazy. Who knows if it's one of Brian's parties? Maybe people are heading upstairs to the bedrooms or whatever,
sure.
And I'm leaving.
And then everybody.
But those were not my parties.
And
huge
then,
faux pas to put an end time on the invitation to an orgy.
Those were not my parties or orgies. Those were somebody else's parties.
Can you imagine you're about to go, you're about to fucking bust, and then you're like, oh shit.
Just looking at your watch.
Looking at the watch, like, I guess we're going to have to come back. And,
well, I guess we better hit the road. Sorry about that.
There's never been an orgy in one of my apartments. I'll say that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
You can't.
And then Libby and I don't want to speak for Libby, but on the other hand, there's never been an orgy in one of our homes, and we've also never been to an orgy at someone else's home either.
No.
I wasn't
I'm happy to say that I've never been even close to an orgy.
Me neither.
Here's another one of these people that is just mad at somebody and had to go post. And I think it's held on to this for a long time. This is off of Quora. What's the most disrespectful thing a house guest has ever said to you? When my son was about 12, he had a neighbor friend come over and spend the night. Next morning, I started cooking breakfast for the boys. This feels like something this person's held on to for decades, by the way. The next morning, I started cooking breakfast for the boys. I was frying some bacon, making toast, and started to scramble some eggs. The boy sits down at the table and announces he doesn't really like scrambled eggs.
Oh, what the fuck? Get him, fellas.
This person is this is a child, to be clear. This isn't something a child said.
Yeah. A neighbor boy.
That's so awesome.
And it's so funny to still be mad about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's incredible. And he goes, the boy says, okay, no big deal. So ask him how he wanted his eggs. I don't really want eggs. What else you got? Then starts prowling through the fridge. He pulls out a T-bone steak from the freezer.
No,
I like steak. Can I have this steak? I couldn't believe the audacity of this kid. I hoped and prayed my son didn't act like that on his sleepovers. It wasn't exactly disrespectful because he was just being a kid who hadn't been properly socialized. I told him we were having eggs, and if he didn't like eggs, he could go home and eat. He ate the eggs.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he went for it. He tried. He's like, hey, listen, there's a fucking steak. I don't get to eat steak very much. Let's see if I can get myself a steak. But then when you said no, then he accepted it and ate the eggs. It's a little offside to go, but it also depends on the relationship because close friends and stuff, I would definitely do that when I was growing up. Do you know what I mean? Like my really good friends, it would be like totally fine. And they would do it at my house as well, where they're like, oh, what else you got? You know, like, let's see what else you got. And like, that's not that crazy.
So the replies to this killed me. This person goes, as I was reading this, I was reminded of my daughter's friend who came over for dinner. I'd made a broccoli and cheddar soup, and she started eating it. She was mumbling to my kiddo. I asked if there was something wrong, and she said, well, at my house, we don't make this soup like you did. We mash our potatoes and put extra veggies in it, and it's way better that way.
Yikes. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts.
Kids are so cruel, aren't
Kids
they?
are really so mean.
Yeah.
They don't get it. That must have hurt that person so much.
Well, my mummy browns the butter, so shut up.
And it clearly did hurt them a lot. They're online posting about it. Who knows how long
That's
later.
the funniest thing about this and the T-bone steak guy. It's like getting to the end of the paragraph where you're like, and obviously it's not their fault because it's a kid, and then being like, all right, I'm going to send it anyway. Like, you typed it out, you did the therapy for yourself, you know, you expressed it, and now you can just delete it. And no one has to know that you're still mad at a 12-year-old who wanted a T-bone steak from your freezer.
Yeah.
She goes, I told her the food's so much better at her house and you should probably go home to eat.
Well, you said that to a child.
Yeah, don't say that. Yeah.
You don't have to get into like a battle of barbs with a child. You can just ignore when a child says something mean to you like that. You don't have to like get defensive and start fighting with them.
I would say you're the rude one in this.
Yes.
You're supposed to be better.
Yeah, you're just supposed to take that. Like, listen, I think everybody's, I probably will experience that. People experience that kind of thing where it's like, yeah, a kid says something really mean to them that they don't realize is mean and it hurts your feelings, but you cannot retaliate with an insult to the child.
Can I tell you something really rude that a child said to my mum once?
Yes.
So
please.
my mum, my mum, I think a beautiful lady, she was on the train once and there was this like really posh family sitting opposite them, like the kid looked like he was called like, Henry or something, like really like, oh, hello, yes, I'm lovely. And they were doing sort of lovely little activities together. And then the little boy looks at my mum in this sort of, he stares at her for a while in this accusatory way. And then he goes, you're not a lady, you're a man. Posh mother was so horrified how rude this kid had been. She was like, okay, no, I'm not, but okay.
Yeah, kids will hurt your feelings really, really badly. But yeah, I think the key is you just, at that point, you can't show. It's like being at a Comedy Central roast. Yeah. You can't show anybody that you're really hurt by it, really. You just got to kind of take it in stride a little bit.
But yeah, she goes, I told her the food's so much better at her house, she should probably go home and eat. And next time she plans on coming over for dinner, make sure she brings her own food. I was so pissed off about that one. So,
yeah.
And then this guy goes, I raised my glass to you. After the brat went home, I would have told my kid I didn't like his little friend and he wasn't welcome back. The morning after my daughter's pajama party, I made pancakes and had a Bratanella announce she only put Mrs. Butterworth's syrup on hers. I let her know we only use log cabin on ours because there was not a drop of butter in Miss Butterworth's, and I had a motto for anything I cooked that said "Eat it or don't." So
holy shit, man! You showed
log cabin house.
You sure showed that 6-year-old kid who was boss. That is this is really. These are some of the saddest posts that I've seen.
Truly.
I mean, because these are like. Yeah, these are things you just got to tell as a funny anecdote in the way that Libby told, like that's the way that it has to be told in a way. Like, can you believe this? Like, this is really funny. You cannot be actually insulted. They don't understand that they're insulting you, children. Right. They don't get it. They're just saying what's on their mind.
You're mad about Mrs. Butterworth's syrup?
Yeah. Well, there's no butter in it. They put the butter in.
I know. I understand. I understand. you're a young child and you don't get it because you see fucking Butterworth in the title. So you're like, oh, it must have butter in it. Well, guess what, dipshit? It doesn't have a fucking lick of butter in there.
You haven't learned to read the ingredients list yet, and that's okay. You know?
Yeah, you look at Mrs. Butterworth and you assume there's butter in there. Guess what? When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me, lady.
If you come over to my house next time, you can bring Miss Buttersworth. I'm not putting it on the pancakes for you.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep it away.
Not in my fucking house.
No, it's not happening. We actually use syrup that has real butter in it around here.
It's so funny to talk to a Canadian about log cabin at Miss Butterworth.
I know. Humiliating.
For some reason, like, talking to Chris about that is just such a funny, like...
Because you think we're like, we got our syrup
you guys have, you do have syrup.
Yeah, you got maple syrup on tap in every home, right? It's
we
like
have
next to the warm
syrup.
tap, you know, you have the maple syrup tap.
They have an opinion. I don't even... Because my Canadian dad, who isn't Canadian, all I heard about was syrup with that guy.
Yeah, I think that's a misconception, and probably someone who's an American who wants to be a Canadian would think and would talk about a lot. But in reality, it's not a huge part of our lives. And I'll have syrup that's just like syrup from the store.
Log cabin? You ever have log cabin?
No, I've never had that.
Mrs. Buttersworth? You know there's no butter in that.
Yeah, well, I would never have that. I would never have a butter-free fucking...
You know, and she's not even a real person, Mrs. Buttersworth.
Yeah, she's a corporate fucking entity. She's like... if you...
I'm looking at the bottle, though, and she's a comely lass, I will say.
But yeah, like my dad always talked about syrup. Like he would...
Sorry.
His dad is
just
a fascinating
really good Brian
guy.
Sentence.
He was obsessed with IKEA. Brian told me on a bonus episode recently that his dad was obsessed with IKEA, and if you even talked about shelves, then he would be like, "Oh my god, IKEA is like fucking. You got to come with me to IKEA." And then I said I've been telling people this. Like even I told my mom this. Like I was like, and then I said, "Oh, so all of his furniture's from IKEA?" And Brian was like, "No."
Yeah.
So he didn't even buy.
He just
IKEA.
Really respected it.
He loved to go there and stuff.
Yeah.
My sister went over there for Mother's Day to say hi to my stepmom or whatever. And she was telling me, they got this new thing they're really excited about. And I'm like, what? She was like, it's a TV on a stick. And I was like, I don't even know what you're saying. That's how my sister described it.
Right.
What it ended up being is a cart sort of thing that like comes up and then you hook your TV to it so that then you can take it wherever you're going. So now they got
you can take it downstairs and watch it in the hot tub. You can watch a full you can watch the Godfather trilogy in the hot tub. Sorry, that's not a funny joke. Your stepmom obviously got seriously.
She had to go to the hospital.
She had to go to the hospital from being in the hot tub too long. I shouldn't be joking.
Chris has bad manners. He's what that
is. I apologize.
But yeah. I couldn't figure out what my sister was talking about. She's like on a stick or whatever, and I'm like, okay, like. What is it? She showed me a picture and it's like the cheapest thing in the world, but I guess he's like wheeling it out into the backyard.
That's kind of badass.
Oh, no, it's not. Just get a TV for outside, dude.
Oh, come on.
He's
okay, Mr. Moneybags.
He's not broke. He's not some broke guy. You know what I mean? He could put a TV outside.
And you can get TVs for pretty...
TV around.
TVs aren't that expensive anymore. Yeah, it's true.
Maybe it's just from growing up in a rainy climate, but I had never encountered the concept of an outside TV until, I don't know, maybe even 10 years ago or something. Like,
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
What is that? Outside you're not meant to watch telly outside. The outside is for looking at bird and tree and everything.
No, not when I was growing. As soon as they made TVs small enough to carry around, my dad got one for the hot tub. And they would sit it right on the side of the hot tub and watch whatever TV. Like, if they're outside, they're watching TV. They're not...
Look, I'm listening
to... He takes it in the kitchen, too. He also takes it into the kitchen. He rolls the TV... My sister said he rolls the TV into the kitchen while he's cooking and stuff. And I'm like, this fucking TV situation. I'm about to buy him a TV.
Look, I have a long-standing fascination with the old British guy's obsession with having a telly in every room, because I watch a lot of this show, Escape to the Country, on my stream, and it's, an old couple looking to move into a house in the country, and for some reason they're obsessed with having, like, a lot of tiny tellies in each room, so I get it. you know?
Yeah.
And I listen to a podcast or have a YouTube video on or whatever, wherever I am. So, you know, I'm not...
that's true, yeah.
I like to have
grew up-
noise to drown out what's going on in my head, for sure, you know?
I grew up with a TV in every room that my parents went to. Not in every room. Like, most of us didn't have one in our bedroom.
Right.
But if my parents were going to go to a room,
Yeah.
there was going to be a TV in there. You're going to go to the laundry room and fold some laundry? But bring that TV in there.
That's right.
Like they love TV. They hate outside somewhat because they also camp a lot. I've talked about that. My parents camping all the fucking time.
You got a camping
They
TV?
don't now. They did. They had an outside camping TV. They had an outside camping TV, so they'd light the fire and they'd sit out there, but they'd also watch TV outside.
What were their favorite shows? Like, what were they? What was
he
it?
likes like the Big Bang Theory. What was he trying to get?
No.
No. Like when you were younger. I mean, when you were
growing up.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. Like just stuff like the Big Bang Theory.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Just like old sitcoms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't shut up to me about what's it called? Lord or the Game of Thrones, I think he was obsessed with.
The Game of Thrones?
And apparently
Lord
he
of
watches apparently he also watches the Lord of the Rings movies all the time.
All right, well I can't criticize that. I love those.
Patty Bowens, public figure on Facebook, posted some etiquette rules a gentleman should follow. I thought maybe we'd go through these.
Libby, you can tap out here if you want. This is
these could help you too.
Okay.
Number one, greet people when entering a room or an office.
Okay,
that seems like it. I guess it depends. It depends on the room. I don't know. That seems like more of like a big timer kind of move, right? Like
hello,
a guy,
I'm here.
Man about
That's
town, like, hey, Susie, hey, Jim, how you doing? You know, like that. I don't think that's not really my style.
Big man on campus.
All right,
stuff.
wait, staff, the big tipper's here.
Yeah.
That's Brian. That's what Brian does when he comes in the restaurant.
He's waving his wands around.
Yeah.
Number two, greet back when someone greets you. That's kind of a number one.
That's very normal, I think. You don't
Sure.
ignore someone when they say hi.
Right.
Number three, be on time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number four, pull out a chair for your lady.
Of course.
Now here we go. Now we're starting to get to the stuff that I really like.
You need that to happen. I believe you. Like you told me, you stand up at the table until it happens.
Yeah, I just wait there. Sometimes for the whole meal because no one does it.
Well, a lot of the time I find that, like when you're going on a date, it's like, I don't even know if my date necessarily knows how to pull the chair out themselves. Yeah. So it's like, I'm there to sort of help out in that situation.
I do this thing and I don't know if it's passive aggressive or not. I'm not really sure why I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But several, like decades ago, Katie was like, why do you always run in front of me to go through the door first?
Mm-hmm.
What's all that about? You know what I mean? And so now I aggressively open the door for her everywhere we go. Like even we come home with groceries. If I'm carrying, like if I got a bunch of stuff in my hand, I'm like, oh, no, wait, let me open the door for you so you can walk right by me. Now that's polite, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm doing it for the right
It's not coming from a good place.
I don't know if it's coming from a good place.
It's rooted in trauma, right?
Because I don't want her to, I don't want to be a rude guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also it's like, we really still opening doors for each other? You know what I mean?
I find that I think that that's a different one because I think that, like it depends. It's not always the guy doesn't have to open the door for a lady or whatever, but opening a door for someone is just a nice thing to do.
She's literally never opened the door for me, Chris.
I'm sorry to hear
that.
What
I would do is
I'm really sorry to hear that, brother.
Oh, that must be hard. Yeah.
What I would do is I'd open it real quick and run in and let it shut on her.
Yeah, see, that's rude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy and rude.
I was in a hurry.
I used to do a real funny gag when I was younger that like, like a 7-Eleven or whatever that has like the automatic doors that I would say like, oh, my lady, and then I'd step with my foot, to open it up and have it open up. It was just kind of like a little funny kind of gag that was rooted in good manners.
That's really funny.
Number 5
Libby,
is
thank you. It really listen, you think, oh, that's not that funny, but what about the 75th time that I've done it?
Number 5, I think, is where this got me starting to be like, oh, okay. Number 5, when reaching your seat in theater or cinema, don't turn your back on people.
What?
You ever
So
thought
like
about
they
that?
mean like walk in crotch first when you're like going to your seat in a theater
Which,
setting?
by the way, I'm back for. I'd rather
I'm
you walk
back. I'm back.
first.
I'm turning my back to people. I think it's way. Yeah, I think it's way less uncomfortable.
Like,
Like
It's
you,
just-
Libby,
it's
when
a
you're
choice
walking in
between
and
penis and butt.
when you're walking into an aisle, like if you're at a sports game or like a movie
Oh.
theater and you're in the middle and there's a bunch of people there, you have to walk past them as they're sitting down. So they're saying that you don't turn your back. They're saying present penis or crotch.
Yes, crotch first, not bum first. That is,
yeah.
I mean, I think you're stuck between a rock and a hard place on that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there's no real good option there, which would make me think, I don't really think there's an etiquette case for either of them, unless
Yeah,
your
and
butt
butt-
stinks.
If your butt stinks,
Your butt
then I get
doesn't
it.
stink.
But well, you don't know. Some
Thanks,
people's
Brian.
butt. Some people. Some people's
You're
butt
welcome,
stinks.
Libby.
But I would say that the thing about turning your back to them is it's just less awkward because you're not
Yeah.
like facing them or whatever. Then you
Well,
can
You're
just
not looking down at them as you
Yeah.
shuffle
Yeah.
past with your penis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most people's butts don't smell bad. Like, listen, if you're walking in and you're doing butt first and you fart, that's like as rude as you could ever
Oh, yeah, if
possibly
you fart
be.
in someone's face at the movie theater, that's definitely rude. But yeah, I guess, and also if your butt stinks, it's like that's a bigger issue. When you sit down, that's going to be a problem. Like it's just going to be a problem. Your butt has got to smell reasonable,
I
no
cracked
matter
one at
what. Doesn't
Mortal-
matter if you're like walking in a movie theater or whatever.
Sure.
I cracked one at Mortal Kombat 2 the other night, and Katie was like, Brian.
You cracked a fart in a movie?
I thought it was Mortal Kombat, dude.
So what? It doesn't
It's so
matter.
loud.
No, it doesn't matter. That's not the issue. It's the sound. It's the smell. You're in
Yeah.
a confined.
I didn't think about
gas,
the
yeah.
sound.
And by the way,
It
what
didn't
did you
smell
think?
bad.
What did you think of Mortal Kombat? I went and watched it.
I
What'd
was
you
a
think?
fan, yeah. I mean, they did the moves.
Very, very, very stupid, but I did enjoy it. Like,
I said, did they
very
do the
stupid.
moves? Yes, they did the moves.
Yeah,
you
there
know
was
who
some
they
pretty
didn't
cool
have in it?
kills.
That's
There was
funny?
some cool kills. Yeah.
You know who they didn't
And
have
Brian
in
did
it? It
his
was
special
funny.
move, of course,
Yep.
which was
It
farting.
was a quick fart. It was
It's
so
just a quick-
short too, and
Yeah.
then, but yeah, Katie, and then she brought it up after the movie too. I'm like,
Oh, no.
I didn't think anybody'd hear it. She's like,
Yeah.
everybody heard that motherfucker.
And it's
Well,
not
looks
even
like you'll
about
be opening
hearing
doors
it.
for another 10 years, Brian. Sorry.
It's hearing it. It's the problem.
What
Because
about
if
smelling
somebody
it?
smells something, whatever, they ain't gonna know it's me.
Yeah, but it's not about them knowing that it's
The
you.
foundation
it's just,
of good manners is getting away with it.
yeah, like it's about making something. Like, can you imagine you're in a movie and then somebody does a disgusting fart and you're eating your popcorn and stuff, and now you're smelling a disgusting fart. That's the rude part about
The
it.
next, here's one. Your bottom button should be unbuttoned. I don't know what that means.
Is that on a suit, or do they mean that on like a
Maybe,
suit?
yeah, I guess, yeah. 7, don't be loud and don't stare at others.
Okay. Yeah, you shouldn't stare at people. That's one that my toddler struggles with, I will say. He's loud and he stares at people all the time. Like, we'll just be sitting at a restaurant or whatever, and he'll just stare at a lady like in the seat beside us.
Now,
So-
here's a quick run here, right? 10, don't use your phone during meetings, outings, or dinners. 11, don't go out if you plan to glue your hands to your phone. So this person is not
Yeah.
huge. And then
good
12,
luck to the
here's a
young
good
people
one.
nowadays.
men, respect women, that's what I do.
I mean, that's my baseline.
That's my number one
That's
thing,
my
yeah.
baseline, and I sort of all of the other ones kind of like they tentacle off of that.
But
for
this
me.
woman, I think, has gone on a lot of dates with guys that are on their phone. Because number 13, when on a date with your partner, use your phone only when you really need it. That's 3 phone related
Yeah.
things here.
But the phone is the big thing. I mean, I'm guilty
The
of
phone
it.
is the big thing.
It's the
yeah.
big thing that it is the most rude thing that I do. You know, people be
Me
there
too,
and
yeah.
I'll be
It's-
on my phone or whatever. So
Because it's
yeah.
unconscious. Because I don't realize I'm doing it. I don't realize
Yeah.
I'm picking it up. You know, so it's hard. It's hard to kind of stop yourself doing something you don't realize you're doing. So
And I
everyone
think
should be nice to me about it.
I think the most important one is number 15. Don't discuss age, honor, affairs, religion,
Honor?
wealth.
Don't discuss
medical-
honor. Why? Oh, sounds like somebody's discussing honor on their honor dates a lot,
Yeah.
and feels a little bit targeted here. Yeah, that's right, Libby. Do not discuss honor on.
Someone
your
has been
date.
going on a lot of dates with Shinobi and is getting really sick of all this honor talk. And I'm like, okay, I get it.
Honorable. I'm going on dates with dishonorable people.
You don't
Only
need to be.
discuss their dishonor.
Yeah, I don't even know what that would refer
I don't-
to. Honestly,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
even know what they mean by
I
that.
truly have no idea. I have
says-
no fucking idea.
Well, it's honor, affairs, religion, wealth, medical problems, family issues, and disgrace.
So
Honor
wealth
and
makes-
disgrace?
Honor
Don't
and
discuss
dis-
disgrace.
If you discuss disgrace, that's disgusting.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that's like wealth or whatever, that is true. That's like rude to be out and be like, oh man,
That's
I'm
what I
making
do,
so
baby.
much.
That's what I do. I sit down. I'm like,
Let's talk tax returns, baby.
yeah,
What did you guys? So what
doing
do you guys?
good these days.
Well, yeah. What did
We
you guys?
eating nice.
What did everybody at the table make last year? Just out of
That's
curiosity.
so fun. Yeah.
That-
What's everyone's
It would be
rent? Yeah.
It would be what's everyone's rent is really funny. I love doing because where I live, what's everyone's rent is the most fun for me because I think I live in the cheapest place of like everybody I talk to.
People in Vancouver do talk about rent.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it isn't
it's true in
considered
LA
a
as
rude
well.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's so high and absurd. It's not like it's like. Can you believe how much I'm being ripped off? That's
Right.
kind of like what the crux of the conversation.
And
Right.
then we get to say, can you guys believe how much space I get for what I pay?
Yeah, we
Brian
hate
lives in
that,
like a
just so you know.
14,000.
I don't live. I live in a large 3-bedroom apartment.
I love
bedroom.
that.
When you're talking about bedroom, like think of like The Crown, like the TV.
Yeah.
Like those are the
Palatial.
bedrooms we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from Etiquette and Manners, the Facebook group, which you're not going to believe, but these people also have an axe to grind with people in their everyday lives. This person says, when I host a dinner at our house, I usually make extra so my husband and I can have leftovers. What do you say to a guest who asks for leftovers but doesn't offer leftovers when having dinner at their place? So this is a specific person.
Yeah, 100%. This is not. Look, I have made a lot of dinners for people. I have never encountered this issue in my life. I've never had a person in my mind who's like, well, that's the leftovers, bitch.
Yeah, that's and it's. I would think, like, I get it if they're taking food that you want or whatever. I mean, just put it away and maybe say that, hey, we need that for lunches tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to use that. But like, I would think most people would take that as a compliment. That it's like, holy
showing
shit,
off?
yeah, you like my food so much that you want more of it. Like that would be, and most
That
people
would make
don't
my
want their
fucking
food.
week. If
Yeah,
someone was like,
totally.
can I take more of your food home? I would be
Totally,
like,
yeah.
oh my God, you're my favorite person ever. That's so great.
What are you like showing off your abundance? Like put the leftovers away before you put the stuff out on a fucking table. Nobody even has
Ostentatiously
to
being
know
like, oh, I'll just put this in my Tupperware for tomorrow.
I mean,
my cornucopia.
Yeah.
If I put some stuff away for lunch tomorrow, my cornucopia would look empty.
Yeah, and I would say it's actually like bad manners to, as a host, be that precious about what you're making. Like if you accept the role of host, you kind of have to inhabit the mindset of like, all right, my job now is to make sure everyone has a good time. Sort of not exactly no matter what, but definitely like to the point of if they would like to take leftovers, then you can't be like, well, I paid for those ingredients.
yeah, you don't even know how much stuff costs at the grocery store these days. But it's like, yeah, you have to make food with the assumption that it could get all eaten. That's kind of like people might eat all the food you make when you're having people over.
Yes.
Yeah. First comment on it was killing me. What? How rude to ask. So
Oh my God.
No,
They
again,
agree.
I think every person I know, like, they want to they're asking people, do you want to take some with you? Like, I'll
Yes.
go, please take some home. Like, we'll go to my stepmom's place. It's like, who wants to take some? She'll be putting together things for people to take with
Yeah.
them. Like,
Yes.
Well,
I've never heard this attitude ever.
This person says something that outlandish can put me on my heels. I'd probably be a deer in the headlights. I'd probably lie and say they were for someone else who wasn't there. One bad deed deserves another, if you ask me.
One
Okay,
bad
so
deed.
I'm not normally a liar, but I would lie to someone who was acting so horrible to me by asking me for leftovers.
That's crazy.
Come on, with the leftover asking. Let's go to r/swingers. Saw this and I thought, hey, let's check this out. Advice and tips for single males.
So
we got a
Libby,
little-
Libby was like, "Oh, manners, guys, this one should be pretty clean."
Yep.
I promise you, Chris, that I did not think that.
Okay, good.
Nobody thinks they're getting a clean. Nobody that's guesting on the show is like, it's probably pretty
No,
clean.
I've listened to the show. I know what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
This is etiquette for single men, which they don't ever follow.
Yeah, but good. Yeah, why even bother printing it? Honestly.
Yeah. Etiquette
you.
for dogs, you might as well
Yeah,
say.
no shit, no shit. Like, yeah, it's the equivalent of like, yeah, there's literally no point in trying to tell these guys to do anything but be the absolute sickest pieces of shit in the world.
They're animals, yeah.
They're like at the club. It's like one thing you don't want to do is have the guy minding the single guy pen shock you. That hurts his feelings just as much as it hurts you.
Yeah.
with his cattle prod. He's got like a taser. No, you stay in there.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, if you're manning the single guy pen, you best have 2 or 3 tasers or some way to recharge them, because that thing is going to get overused.
You got to get a portable battery pack. You got to get a Guysery.
Yeah.
Being the guy that guards the single guy pen, and then like somebody coming up and be like, this one's frisky. You need to watch out for this.
Yeah.
Treating him like livestock. Hey, you single males in this subreddit. Yes, you. I'm sure that most of you are just creeping here trying to decide if visiting a sex club or event will get you easily laid.
Single guys creeping? No, I'm not sure that that's accurate.
You can't just accuse people of things.
Yeah, come on.
Are curious or are here for a good laugh. I'll bet you that I'm going to guess that some people are here to whack off. That's my guess.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're reading these things and whacking off. I've come to the conclusion that like the guys that are around, the single guys that are around the swinger community, like all they have to do is read posts to get excited and whack off. It's like an immediate thing.
Yeah,
for
probably
them.
Some of them. Right. I mean, I would imagine some of them are just imagining it, like just the idea of like. So there's this community where I could have sex with a woman.
Yes, and it's the easiest. It's the easiest path. I could post a picture of myself and an influencer. I could post a picture of myself and an influencer's comments on Facebook. She'll see it. We're having sex. Because that I've been finding out. Number 1, don't expect anything. I put this as number 1 because if you're here going someplace just to get laid, you'll be disappointed. I love the swingers telling somebody that. Right. You'll be a majority of the time you'll not get any action, especially if you're coming across as a desperate or creepy. The lifestyle is more of a social construct and less than a party scene for most part. So it sounds fun. At the very least. Yeah. 2, don't post dick pics or I'm looking for or bull threads or ads. So there are tons of single males out there and you're not special and nobody's generally looking for you. It's mostly couples for couples or couples looking for females. It's okay to put dick pics, body pics, or descriptions of what you're looking for in your profile. When it comes to communities, reply with thoughtful responses, questions, comments. If you catch the eye of someone you might be interested in, they'll DM you, then refer back to number 1. So I like that one.
Yeah.
I was hoping this was going to be more like, make sure that you open the door for women at the sex club.
Open the door for a couple. Step in front of the man who's about to open the door for his wife, and then open the door for both of them. That's smart.
Make sure to share your lube. Yeah, offer to lube the woman up first before you lube yourself.
Yeah, I mean that is how you become a bull. Is like you stand outside of the sex club, you hide in the bushes, and then when a couple shows up, you jump up and open the door for the wife and say, "Ladies first, come in."
Now I know that you're joking around. Obviously, we know that how you become a bull is by having a very big penis and being a huge hunk. That is it. There's no.
It's just that.
That's it. And there's only people being selected as bulls because again, they can take their pick. They have like 1 million to choose from, so it's going to be the real cream of the crop only.
It's sort of a meritocracy in a way. It's kind of inspiring.
This one says, have good hygiene. Dress to impress. If you're meeting up with people, I love the idea of dressing. Like the single guy shows up in a tuxedo.
Ill-fitted
he's
tuxedo.
On the red carpet where he's like...
Every time I always picture the Rupert Pumpkin, like just in some... nasty looking suit with a bouquet of fucking flowers.
Dress like you're going on a first date. It's also good to bring a drawstring bag with things like condoms, a stick of deodorant, and a towel. That is
interestingly specific.
Yeah, why a drawstring bag? I guess easy access. Is that what they're saying? Like, what are they? It seems odd to specify the type of bag.
I'm actually thinking about it, and a drawstring bag is a bag that you can't open with one hand.
Yeah.
So in a way, I think that's the worst kind of bag because it needs to be a bag you can fumble with and open with one hand if your other hand is, for example, jacking someone off.
It's less classy too because you never see a drawstring bag that's not like something somebody got for free at work.
I was gonna say that's a PE kit bag to me.
Wearing like being all dressed up, like gussied up, and then having a drawstring bag does seem like a real nasty bad look. But maybe it's a lifestyle thing. Maybe they're like very common in the lifestyle for some reason.
Yeah, and make sure there's you bring your own towel, which is fantastic thing. Like Like, oh yeah, I got to bring a towel. Of course. He goes, number 3. Oh, but have good saying. And then he goes, also for bonus points, if you're going to a party or event, think about manscaping or getting rid of excess body hair. That's not fair.
This is very funny to me to call this sort of manners or etiquette or whatever. It's just sex stuff.
Yeah, it's basic sex stuff. Like, yeah, you want to like be clean and fresh seeming. Like, yeah, this is all the same type of stuff that you would say before you have sex with someone.
I would also say that to me, body hair choices are not a matter of manners.
I agree. And body hair, you shouldn't have to shave your. Look, I'm not a hairy guy.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're talking about their pubes. They're talking about pubes. They're talking about guys with like a big, huge bush or whatever. Like, I think
I don't have that.
Okay, I wasn't accusing you. I'm just saying that I think that's what they're referring to. Manscaping is like shaving that
Here's
area.
what I'll say about that is that I am willing to offer to men, hey, I'm not going to ask you to deal with your pubes if you're not going to ask me to deal with mine. You know,
that's fair.
We'll just have a total blank slate, and we can just say, hey, you know what? Let's put the arms down and end this awful war.
Yeah,
make
I
your
agree.
own decision. That's how I feel. I'm like, make your own decision. I'll make mine.
I agree with that, and also I think that probably some people they like not having a manscaped. Like there are probably people who it's like a preference, even right. Like so, yeah, that does seem like this person's speaking from.
It's not rude to have pubes.
It's not rude to have pubes.
No,
it's not rude to have pubic hair. No, it
Here's a good one though. This is a good one for single guys. Don't hover or creep or crowd couples who are having sex.
This is the most important one. This is the one they struggle with the most. Right. Where like, can you just breathe through your nose and like gently when you're doing this? Try not to be, because they get a lot of and it's like over your shoulder or whatever.
Yeah, no drooling, please.
No drooling. That's a big one. This is the one that they struggle with the most and they need help with the most.
Well, there's a part of it that he goes, don't spend too much time in the voyeur area. So he's like, don't sit in there staring at people. Listen, I know there's a voyeur area where you can watch.
But you might get you might get a reputation as like a leer or whatever, where you kind of seem like a creepy guy across the room, where like it kind of paints you in a bad light. Definitely.
Again, it's just funny to me to think about these things, which are like things that are verging on sort of a problem. I'm not going to say consent-wise, but in terms of like overly horniness, which is not to me the same category of problem as this guy is hogging the arcade machine. You know, this guy's finished his meal, but he's still sitting at the table. Not the same category of problem as like this guy won't stop jacking off.
Yeah, this guy's too horny. That's the big problem. They're all too horny. So they're like, you tell them all these, you could write them down. They could practice them for 50 years. Right. And then they get in the situation and they get so fucking horny that it all goes out the window.
Well, I like this one. Also, this one that I think is bad advice for etiquette for a swinger club. Make as much eye contact as possible.
Oh, no.
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 Maybe catch a look from across the room and see if somebody's maybe in, you know what I mean? Gives you a look back. That I think is good. But staring, I mean, this was one of the other ones was don't stare on the manners. Like that makes people feel uncomfortable if you're constantly trying to make eye contact with them and they're a stranger.
And finally, when approaching couples, make sure you introduce yourself to the male first.
Fuck off.
Yes, you have to. Well, Libby, it's about honor.
It's about honor. Sorry, I did forget about honor.
Talking about that.
It's all about honor, and you have to say, hello, sir, I would like to... Is it possible that I could be filleted by your wife later? And then he'll let you know if she wants to do that.
Yeah, it'd be like, may I have this dance? But instead it's, may I have this nut, please?
May I have this nut, please, sir? Do you mind if I step in here and put my penis inside for a little bit, sir?
And of course, I won't be asking her. That's implied, obviously.
Yeah.
It is a rule that we've heard that rule a bunch of times with Tom. That's like the thing that Tom gets mad about more than anything in the world is when he's like, some single guy walks up, he starts talking to Bunny when I'm not around. I don't fucking think so.
Yeah, because they're all old is the thing that you got. Like the majority of them are like in their 60s or whatever. So they're like, they still kind of grew up in that time where it was like, ask for a father's, permission to marry their daughter or whatever. And like just that idea of the man being in control of everything. Yeah, it is. It seems very odd. If you're wanting to have sex with a woman in the sex club, it would seem the best thing to do would be to talk to her and see if you guys like have a, hit it off. You don't.
I think all you really owe the guy is a quick, hey, how you doing before you get to work on his wife.
He's in a sex club where the whole idea is people are having sex with each other, strangers, and swinging and stuff like that. It's not just like, hey, why do you think you can just walk up to my wife? It's not like you're out on the street and walking up to her and being like, hey, well, do you want to maybe hook up? It's like that's the whole purpose of where you are.
Well, and then just a short one from our swingers. This is a question Tits and Blowjob fan had to ask. Perfect.
Nothing funny about that.
He's a fan.
I mean, listen, I can't say that I disagree with him. I am a fan. I don't know how I would make it my username. I don't know. I'm not that level of fan, but I definitely agree.
Sure, you're more of an enthusiast than a fan.
Yeah, and you're more into the Whitecaps.
Yeah, like I'm more into the Vancouver Whitecaps than I am into tits and blowjobs. At this point in my life, I would say that's accurate, actually. As like a 41-year-old guy, that I am more into my sports team than I am into tits at this point.
Because as a male, if a lady's giving you oral and she's eager and talented, when you're getting close and you warn her you're close to erupting and she keeps going, you warn a second time and then she doesn't stop. Is it safe to assume that cum in mouth is okay?
Maybe ask her.
Well, this guy goes, in this situation, I like to announce loudly so everyone can hear, oh my God, that feels so good. I'm going to fill your mouth full of cum. That way the full understanding of what's about to happen is understood.
The full understanding, legally we can say no one wasn't warned there.
Yeah. I'm about to erupt.
I'm about to erupt, man. If some fucker said, I'm about to erupt.
Announcing it I announce it as loudly as possible. My wife feels the same, plus she likes getting face fucked and have the guy come down her throat. When that happens, she orgasms so hard that she'll be shaking and squirting. Then the single guy replies and goes, one of my dreams.
One of my dreams is what?
Sorry, is the contention that her getting cum down her throat makes her nut by itself?
That's what. Yeah, like without any touch or anything like that. She has a no-touch orgasm.
Men are so awesome, dude.
This guy goes, how else are we supposed to tell you we want it? I was told to keep going. And Tits and Blowjob fan replies and goes, I won't lie. Most of us would love to hear, yes, fill my mouth or something to let us know it's okay. And then... yeah.
But then you've got to take it out to say that, this is a communication problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why wouldn't you just ask that? Like, that would make sense if someone's giving you a blowjob. Is like, where would you like me to come? Like, it's not that difficult.
Here's what they should do. Like when you go to that Brazilian steakhouse and they have the little flag that you put up if you want more meat? Yeah. Have a little flag that's like, yes, cum in mouth is okay, so that you don't have to take it out to announce it.
That's actually very smart. Just have little, maybe even just color coded that everyone kind of understands the color.
Let's take a look at r/jam bands. Hey, please clean up after yourself at the venue.
Oh, these people are so fucked up on acid and that's the issue here. They're all like having a full on trip and they're just like trying. I mean, was it Fish, the piss ogre that we covered on Guys Plus?
Oh yeah, that was at Fish at the Sphere.
Fish at the Sphere. This guy had pissed his pants. He was this giant ogre who was like dancing and sweating into everyone and knocking people, and like this guy is just trying to he ended up in the hospital afterwards for so they're just trying to get through. It's always gonna be the dirtiest fucking shit ever when you have people that are that fucked up.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Hi, peeps. Let's make a greater effort to clean up after ourselves at the venue. A 20s bratty spectator kicked an empty cup at me while I was sitting at set break in SCI in Chicago last weekend. Funny.
What's SCI? What?
The string cheese incident.
Oh, that's... my dad used to like string cheese incident. And I never knew they were a jam band. I just thought it was like a funny name,
Yeah.
I confronted him, and he sneeringly called me a trash warrior. Kicking the trash is why our rivers and oceans are unclean and unsafe. Pick it up, put it in a trash. I don't give a fuck if it's yours or not. Let's do better.
Yeah, explain it to some guy who's on 5 tabs of acid and drank a fucking bottle of rum and is watching the string cheese incident that like, are you not concerned about our rivers and parks?
Waterways.
Excuse me, but our rivers and parks, sir. And he's just like, all
right, trash warrior. Trash warrior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, these are not reasonable people you can have a conversation with about the environment.
The first reply is so weird. I'm gobsmacked at the self-righteous ignorance required to conceive of such an epithet. Fighting for the right to be a self-absorbed, inconsiderate dirtbag. That kid was trash. First reply, okay, thesaurus.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah,
okay, thesaurus is really good.
Got him. Got his
Fucking
ass.
got him.
I'm so pissed off that when I hear gobsmacked now that I just think of Sully Erna. Thanks to Brian showing me the Sully Erna fucking podcast.
He's great though, and he's never even heard the song "Godsmack" by Alice in Chains. He came up with that independent of that. Mm-hmm. This guy goes, "I worked at a venue, sweeping the floors after shows. Jam band fans were often the most messy."
Yeah,
they're disgusting.
Of course.
I mean, you're thinking in your mind they're not disgusting, but they are. And this guy goes, "A gross bunch for sure." Some etiquette questions on r/Hooters.
Oh, here we go. Libby, you ever been to a Hooters before?
I mean, other than when I worked there.
Yeah, I used to go there 3-4 days a week.
No, I haven't. I've never been to a Hooters. There was one in DC, like near where I worked, and I would always be like, oh yeah, but never managed to go.
Yeah.
Well, Chris has recently been
been
shocked to find out that it's a family restaurant.
Yeah, it's a family restaurant.
Yes, I remember hearing this. Yeah.
But I went like a long time ago when I used to tread boards, and in Calgary I went to a Hooters and was disappointed at almost every aspect of it. But yeah, they don't have one around here. Brian, you used to go all the time, right?
I went twice.
Okay.
I went to strip clubs more than I went to Hooters.
Yeah, of course. You wanted to see them big milkers out there.
It sort of feels like once you figured out strip clubs exist and you can go there, why bother with Hooters, you know?
Yeah, even some strip clubs have wings that are probably similar quality.
Sure,
the wings are disgusting at Hooters. They're not good.
I thought that was the whole thing.
And Brian was all pissed off because he's like, well, your name's Hooters and yet you don't have purple Hooters?
Yeah, yes. I don't get to suck on anything in this.
What's a purple Hooter?
A purple Hooter's Brian's favorite drink.
Okay, but what
second
is it?
favorite after Sex on the Beach?
Sex on the Beach and purple Hooters are his favorite too.
I used to order those like all the time because it's the only alcohol I ever like the flavor of. So I would go to like places like bowling alley bars. And say, can I get a purple Hooter?
I'm Googling right now. Oh, this looks
horrid. I don't know
horrid.
what the fuck that is. It's razzmatazz.
It's got razzmatazz in it.
It's got razzmatazz in it. Yeah, this does look nasty.
I got into show business because I love a little razzmatazz.
Yeah.
Regarding the dress code, are Hooters girls in all or at least a few locations allowed to wear open-toe shoes or flats, Mary Janes or pumps to work, or even allowed to work barefoot?
No. As if I could not be more creeped out by Hooters patrons. Hooters fucking guy going there with a massive foot fetish is the scariest thing I've ever thought of.
I mean, it is reading. There's been two things recently on this show that has been so eye-opening, and Hooters review, good Hooters reviews, are fantastic to read. And it's always the guys that are like, this person's fantastic. She
was lovely, and we had a very strong connection.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call her Sunshine because she brightens everyone's day.
Someone said that. Yeah.
In a recent Hooters review, and it's just, that's a nice thing to say, but
just so you not realize what's happening to you, you know?
Yeah. You're presenting unimaginably horny to people.
Yeah,
right.
And you are also being manipulated by a tips-based economy in there. Like this, I just picture the guy. He's like, no, try this card, to get an extra tip on there. Like, just really.
It's mostly, I think, at Hooters probably pretty low stakes. We're not talking about people's bank accounts getting drained or whatever, but it's just like you got to know what's what's happening.
I know,
Yeah.
but Chris always brings up this picture that he gets in his mind of a guy showing up when they open with flowers.
Well, that's
and
the same one that I talked about before. That's where I first thought of it, is the guy who's like, he's waiting outside at opening and he's got his like powder blue ill-fitting suit on and he's got a bouquet of flowers and he says, is Jessica working today?
Yeah.
You know, that's how I picture Hooters guys all the time whenever I read their reviews. Yeah.
This guy, the first reply, barefoot in a restaurant? Dude, that's fucking gross. People pee on the floors.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Libby, I found that to be also an odd thing to say about a restaurant.
They pee on the floors?
They don't. It's not as a matter of practice at Hooters. They do not say go ahead. Like when you throw peanut shells on the floors, they let you throw. Yeah, they let you just whip it out and pee on
you
the
can't
floor.
pee. You can't pee in a restaurant.
Two things you got to know about Hooters. One, tits. Two, you can piss on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, listen, that's an interesting place.
Yeah,
at least
that's my pitch to the Sharks. Yeah,
this guy goes, even with me and my massive
my pitch to the show. So you know how in Hooters it's like basically perfect and they have great food and you can check out hot ladies, but what's the one problem, Sharks? That's right, you can't piss on the floor.
You can't piss anywhere. Yeah.
It's the guy doing that pit.
Yeah.
I can't believe he said people pee on. I can't figure out what he's talking about. So anyway,
I think he's being hyperbolic, maybe just in
maybe he's talking about in the bath when you go to the bathroom. It's just
disgusting. Yeah, it's just like a gross place or whatever.
Yeah. Well, Hooters is. I mean, the pictures you see in the reviews of Hooters, all of them have seen better days. I
would like to see some of these.
Yeah, they're not getting a lot of renovations. They're not getting a lot of renovations. You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This guy goes, even with my massive foot fetish, I wouldn't want to have the servers walking around in anything other than closed-toe, non-slip shoes.
Closed-toe, non-slip. Oh, my God. He's so considerate.
Yeah, he's like, listen, of course, it would make me horny as hell. It would keep me going for weeks, but I'm more concerned with with the health and safety of the situation.
Foot fetishist who works at OSHA.
Yeah.
And then finally, this guy goes, feet people now want barefoot women in restaurants, degenerates. And then the guy replies and goes, foot person, not foot people in general. Not everyone with a foot fetish is like OP, dude. So I like that guy. He's sticking up for his,
absolutely.
Yeah,
sticking up for his people. Let's take a look at another just question here that I think is a good one for us. Is it okay or rude to start getting your food at an all-you-can-eat restaurant before half your party arrives and leaves the table empty? This is for a party of 4. 2 of us arrived 5 minutes after we said we expected to arrive, which was 5 minutes after the restaurant opened, which, by the way...
Okay, so you're like, we got to show up at opening. That's when the freshest food and all the stuff is in the buffet. It's like you're planning your buffet visit.
That's before people touched all the food.
Yeah.
First person in there. He goes, which we texted the update like be there in a couple of minutes. They did say they would sit down if they got there first, and we knew they got there first. The restaurant was already pretty full. We walked around the restaurant to look for the table. They had already gotten a table and left the table to fill their place. So after we couldn't find the table because they weren't at it, we had to go to the buffet and ask them where the table was. In addition, this is an all-you-can-eat or pick from the menu restaurant, and their policy is if one person gets all you can eat, everyone has to, which is the most expensive option that I wasn't planning on getting.
Because maybe that's a different thing, but like, I don't know, man. It's like, it's not a fine dining establishment if you...
Wait,
if it has a buffet or whatever, right? An all-you-can-eat buffet. So it's like, do you really expect everyone to be, using all of this etiquette and shit there? It's like, yeah, people get there and then they're hungry and they want to go eat food.
Also, I would say that if I'm going to an all-you-can-eat buffet where the rule is if one person gets all you can eat, everybody gets all you can eat.
I'm going to assume
that
I'm some of the other,
I'm not going to be like, oh, no, please allow me to order my steak.
Yeah, because then you ruin it for everyone, right? Yeah, if you're just like, hey, I'm not getting all you can eat, then that means nobody else at the table can get it. And so you're just like, yeah, sorry, we're not doing all you can eat. That's more rude of you. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you're the problem here.
Yeah, just get a grip. Just get all you can eat.
Yeah, just get all you can eat. I get it's like kind of expensive, but it's like, come if you know it's an all you can eat place. come ready to eat, like, skip a meal or whatever, just eat light for the day and come and, eat a lot of food.
Theo used to go to this place with his mom called Bruce Lee's. It was a Chinese restaurant.
Great name.
Yeah, it's very funny that they named the Chinese restaurant Bruce Lee's.
I adore that, yeah.
And it was a buffet, and they used to go there all the fucking time, man, and they loved it. And they used to wrap up egg rolls in paper towels and put them in their mom's purse so they could take egg rolls home.
Oh.
Like, that is how you get your money's worth.
At least bring the Ziploc bag, instead of letting the egg roll, because an egg roll is a flaky food,
Well, they wrap it in a paper towel.
But you wrap it up tight.
Wrap it up tight in a nice paper towel like a gift for later on.
Here's the thing, is that ladies know the purse gets purse crap in it. The purse gets like sort of detritus in it. Yeah. I don't want egg roll to be among that.
How do you think the purse gets that kind of crap in there, Libby? It's from people taking egg rolls from an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet. We used to go to all-you-can-eat sushi. They had all-you-can-eat sushi, this place that genuinely is not like trying to be funny, but they banned us from coming there.
Yeah, like John Panette.
Like we couldn't do it anymore because we would come with all these like high school, like 17, 18-year-old kids who would just like, we would eat such an insane amount. And like my friend Tim, who was huge, he was like 6'5" football player.
Yeah.
And he could eat so much food. And I remember he would eat so much food and then he would go and take a shit so that he could eat more food. Like that was like, so it was like really, really out of control. Where eventually we showed up and they just said, and we remember it was $10.99, but they put the nines backwards. It was 10 pp. That we would always say like we could get all you can eat for 10 pp, which was like absolutely incredible. But yeah, I think after a couple of months, we just came in one day and they were like, "Yeah,
no more large boys, please.
You can't do it. You can't do it. You can have it off the normal menu, but we're not going to do the all you can eat. We still have it. We're still offering it to normal groups, but you guys can't do it anymore."
They should have a sign that says you're not allowed to take a shit at the.
Like I don't think they can stop you from taking a shit. I don't think legally.
What I'm saying is, once you've taken a shit, you're not allowed to eat.
Oh, I see. But but they would have to. Then there'd have to be a restaurant smeller, like somebody working there who would confirm that it was a shit.
You got to pay him a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like a guy goes to the bathroom to pee. That's fine because everything's all you can drink. Although these days.
I mean, they wouldn't have needed much of a smeller for my friend Tim, though. I will say I have told the story on the podcast before about when we were being robbed by like a guy who drugged, and my friend had stuff from a grow op, and then this guy came in with a gun and robbed. He's now in jail for a long time for a big fentanyl lab, but this guy came in with a gun and robbed us. And then Tim was in the bathroom taking a shit. And he's like, "You got to get out here." And then he like opened the door. This guy with a gun, this like gangster, was like, "Oh, Jesus, man. Holy shit, dude." It was like a genuinely funny moment that we all shared in the midst of him robbing us with a gun. Yeah.
I think it can also be honor system, though, where just like...
now you're talking my language. Honor.
Yeah, we love honor. Honor system.
I don't like to discuss it, but I do like it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Just let it be known that I am a big fan of it. And
that's all we'll say.
That's all we'll say.
Like, just insinuate that you're watching, just as a way to be like, listen, it's just a sign right at the cash register. If you get all you can eat, if we see you taking a shit, you're not allowed to get it.
They definitely can't watch you. They definitely can't watch you taking a shit.
I know, but if you just make it, it's like red light cameras, but they're like, we have red light cameras here, but red light cameras are illegal.
No, I think I think you can't. I think you can't even insinuate that you're watching someone and to watch them.
Or measuring their shit. To be honest,
you'd have to have an in-toilet camera to get that information. You'd have to have an in-toilet camera.
Like a weight-based system.
I'm not saying.
Oh, a weight-based system that could
as
work.
A deterrent.
Like
the
a pressure plate.
There.
Like you walk into the bathroom, and if you come out and you weigh a certain amount less, then you are now cut off.
Oh, that's like that lady.
That's like the guy we talked about that.
Yeah, the shell.
What was that, Brian? Remind me. There was a guy.
It was something about like a thief, right? This is from the Security Guys episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Where it was they wanted a scale. They wanted to hide a scale on their front porch so that when they have people over, they can weigh them on the way in and weigh them on the way out.
God, to see if they took anything. Yeah.
Here's a question. I love this one. This is one of the ones where it's like it could be solved with a conversation. What's a polite way of saying this without lying? A friend gave me a book for my birthday, as she knows I'm an avid reader. She was so excited about it, saying it was recommended to her and she loved it. She kept asking me if I started it, so I finally did. It's not a good novel. It's very poorly written, ridiculous plot line, etc. I really tried, but after about 40 pages, I could not subject my brain to any more. She recently asked me again about it, and I kept it vague, saying, oh, I'm just now starting it, knowing I have no intention to keep reading it. What should I say the next time she asks? I don't want to insult her. So was thinking of something like, well, I can see you like it, but I'm not sure this genre is for me.
Perfect.
Or maybe just end the friendship, to be honest. Just never talk to her again. This is too hard.
It does get revealed like later in the thread that this is a self-published book.
Oh.
Not by the
but by somebody else, but like
by somebody, which you know is just a bad book. Yeah. It's got to be just horrible. He goes, well, I can see why, or maybe I'm not sure why, but I just can't seem to get into it. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think you just answer. Yeah, that's the answer. And listen, you don't want to insult her, and that is very kind of you. But I will say that if you are somebody who's like, listen, I love this book, you need to read this book. You're opening yourself up to feel that insult a little bit. You have to recognize that somebody might not agree with you.
You have to be prepared for the possibility.
Yeah. It's same with the movie. Like I told Brian that The Housemaid was, that new movie. It's like kind of Amanda Seyfried and what's her name from Euphoria. Anyways, I said that it was really funny, which it is. It's a very funny movie. But then it starts off not funny at all, you know? Right. And then so Brian told his family, oh, Chris said this is so funny or whatever. And they thought I was like a psycho for the first 30 minutes of it. But it was
in the part where you find out who the bad guy is.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, he thinks this is funny? And I was like, I think it changes. Probably. I trust Chris.
It changes. It becomes funny. It's played for laughs, definitely. But yeah, there is but I have to accept the fact that if I give that recommendation, say this is a great movie, this is really funny, that you should watch it or whatever, that it could come back saying, hey, I didn't think it was funny at all. I didn't think it was good.
We also liked it. All of us liked the movie. It wasn't that we didn't like it. This person replies, I love that you shared your favorite book with me. Thank you. It's not something I normally choose for myself. Tell me what you liked most about it. And then I'd read the last chapter in a Wikipedia summary. And whenever she asks about it, ask her what she liked, why she liked it.
Okay, this is really too much, way too much work. You're turning it into more than it needs to be. You need to cut it off. You just need to say, hey, wasn't for me. It sounds like you like it a lot, but I really couldn't get into it. Or whatever.
I know a guy that owns so many books.
Well, Porno Sean, those aren't exactly books.
It's not Porno Sean. He collects books, right?
Yeah.
I got a first edition, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
He has a ton of books. Mm. And anytime you recommend a book or a movie to him, he goes, I'm going to put it on my list. But his list is 1,000 fucking books long. Yeah. It's like, bro, you're never just say I'm not going to read the book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I'm not going to watch. I'll put the movie on my list.
I've definitely done what that means. I'm going to put it on the list thing when I have no intention of watching it. Because here's the thing is my list isn't that long and I mostly just watch YouTube these days. So.
And I hate it when people are like, you can tell me you liked a book or whatever. But you gotta know, it almost makes me not want to read the book at that point, because then it becomes what am I?
It's like
homework. A lot of pressure. Yeah.
It's like homework. Yeah. It feels like school, and it feels like you have been assigned to read this thing versus deciding to do it on your own.
Friendship homework is pretty tough. I'm not gonna be doing a lot of homework, I would say.
No,
I mean I read well. Now I barely read, but
you read Variety.
Of course I do. And the Hollywood Reporter.
Trades,
the Hollywood Reporter. He actually does. I'm not saying that.
No, I heard that. Yeah.
It's because I'm fascinated with the people.
Yeah. The gossip.
And I don't like People magazine. I like to hear business talk. I like to feel like I know about a business.
Yeah, who's up and who's down,
Thank you, Libby. That's great.
This is just to impress Libby. I've been watching almost exclusively British panel shows. It's all I watch now.
Yeah.
So I'm my two favorites are Would I Lie to You, although I'm off of Would I Lie to You now a little bit because I'm watching 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown.
Wow.
Which is my favorite one that I've become obsessed with this comedian. Well, people have talked about Bob Mortimer I've become obsessed with Bob Mortimer.
Goat.
But my new guy that I'm obsessed with, and rest in peace, is Sean Locke.
Jimmy Savile.
I love
Brian.
I just think he's so funny.
Sean Locke.
Sean Locke was the absolute king.
I've been talking about Bob Mortimer a lot on this podcast, and people have sent a lot of messages like, "Oh, I love Bob Mortimer. Check out Sean Locke on any panel show. His stand up,
so good,
so good and so funny." Yeah,
I miss him greatly. That's great.
Brian, you can move on to your stuff. We were just talking British stuff.
We're just talking British stuff. That's what we do on my podcast.
I like British stuff. I recently watched a British thing.
What was it?
I don't remember. Don't ask.
Okay,
I like British drama shows.
All you remember about it was that it was British.
You remember the accents were kind of, you didn't really understand
crazy.
everything they were saying.
No, it was a documentary. It wasn't British. It was actually Irish.
I knew it wasn't
Scottish.
British.
It was Scottish. It was Scotland.
Scottish,
Glasgow,
okay.
No, Scotland is part of Britain.
Yeah, Scotland is. Irish is not. Scottish is.
Yeah, it's where Glasgow is.
Yeah,
wherever place that's
Scotland,
at, it was based out of there. It was a murder show. It was
What's it called?
A true crime murder. Should I Marry a Murderer?
Oh, I saw that on like that when I was scrolling through Netflix, but I thought it was wasn't really.
We watched it last night. She doesn't marry the murderer. She actually turns him in.
Oh, don't spoil it for those who might be.
This person goes, another alternative is Goodreads reviews and search for spoiler reviews. I read or listen to a lot of books, but 99% nonfiction. When someone recommends a fiction book, I tell them I'll try it. But besides the Murderbot audio books, I can count on one hand the number of fiction books I've enjoyed. This guy goes, if I were in your shoes, I'd tell her thank you and that you're enjoying the book, or I would just say that you had to pause the book to catch up on other hobbies or obligations. I had to pause the book. I actually am behind on my Legos.
Yeah.
So, I am behind on my Legos.
Oh no.
Oh, you got your Lego table out.
Oh, you can. Oh,
yeah, I can see your Lego table. You haven't had your Lego. You told me you were totally off the Legos. What? Oh, you have a little plant.
Is that the piranha plant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not done yet, but yeah, it will.
That looks like a very simple build. How come it's not done?
It's 18 plus.
No, I didn't say. I didn't. I didn't question that. I'm just saying
it's not
it looks
for
like
babies.
It says
that looks simple.
It looks like it has large pieces, and that it would be pretty simple to put together.
Mm-hmm.
Don't act like it's Duplo, listeners. It's not Duplo. It's an 18 and up set.
Yeah, it just looks pretty simple. Cool. I guess it's a little harder because it's all the same color, right? So that makes it a little more difficult.
No, that's the easy part.
Okay,
Chris, that's the easy part.
What's the hard part?
The hard part is the mechanics.
Oh,
there's mechanical movements and stuff in there.
I see. I see.
The flower's got to be able to do its thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I got you.
That's the part I'm up on now. I'll get it done. Hey, don't worry. I'll get it done. I got a set in the closet right now. I told you, shopping set. It's called something like Shopping World.
Shopping World?
Shopping World. He got made fun of so much when he brought that up. When he's like, no, I got a real adult set. It's called Shopping World. It sounds like
let me look at it. I can't remember what it was. I'll look.
I got this real adult set. It's called Mr. Beasley's Bakery and Lovely Cake Shop.
Brian's away from the computer now. For the listeners, he's getting his shop.
Okay, I just googled Shopping World. That's not Shopping Center Lego.
It's Shopping Street.
Oh,
Shopping Street.
Okay, this does look fucking nice. This looks like a movie set or something.
Yeah, and I love shopping.
Yeah,
me too.
Big time into shopping.
Yeah, it looks cool. I went. Ariel and I yesterday went on a little bit of a date, and we walked on Main Street in Vancouver, which has
a. End up on Homer.
Why did I know you were gonna?
Did you get the Homer?
No, it's nowhere near. It's nowhere near that. It's not close to that, really. Okay, so we went to a toy store.
Boston Pizza.
I cracked up Ariel because we went to this toy store, it's children's little kids toy store, looking for a toy for Charlie, and there was a whole wall of Lego, and I was like, wait a second, is this like an adult? This is a store for adults? And she knew she just understood that I was making a crack at Brian, and we just all had a good laugh. It was really fun.
It is an adult store. Here's an r/etiquette question that I found interesting. Mom applied to work at my place of employment. What's the etiquette on how and whether to reach out to the talent acquisition partner? I'm torn because I don't know the TA partner personally, but I can't just casually stop by her desk and strike up a conversation. Also, I really want to help my mom get an interview. She's more than qualified for this job. Is the etiquette different when you're referring a family member? I find I have worked with my mom. I did have a job with my mommy.
You did? Where did you work?
When I talk about the call center that I worked at.
Wait
a second.
What?
Your mom worked at the call center where you referred the guy who got fired for jacking off.
Yes, but she didn't know anything about it.
So she was like, I feel like she would have.
She knew it happened. It was talk of the town when it happened.
So did you refer your mom as well?
No, she referred me.
So she is guilty.
Guilty of the chain of custody here is pretty damning.
She refers her fail son, who then refers a guy who gets fired for jacking off. Now all of her friends at work or whatever, they all know.
Yeah, it's like, nice one, love.
Oh my goodness.
Your dipshit son referred the fucking jacking off guy.
Wait a second. That guy who got fired for jacking off his desk, isn't that the guy that your son referred? Like, think about that in the lunchroom, Brian.
I don't think it was a big deal.
Yeah. Anyways.
It was a big deal that a guy got, again, I don't think references, maybe it's an Ohio thing. Maybe it's a Groveport thing. I don't know. But I don't think references mean as much as they used to. You know
I have no fucking idea. Honestly, if you're out there and you know how real jobs work, please let me know. Because as far as I can tell, nobody knows how to get them anymore.
References do mean something, I think, in that. Like it,
no, but if
just
the person gets
like
fired, they don't look at you like lesser than.
Well, they look at, yes, they do, I would say, because they look at you like, oh, you know that guy, and you said, hey, he should get a job here. Like, that's a friend of yours. You continued hanging out with him afterwards.
Well, that is also not my fault.
No, I understand.
It's not like I was wanting to hang out with him afterwards.
I do think it reflects poorly on you a little bit. In all seriousness, I think it would, just me, and I don't know what your job situation was then, but if I had any possibility of finding another job, if I referred somebody and they got fired for jacking off at their desk, I would be out on fucking pounding the pavement trying to find another job immediately to get out of there, because I would just feel humiliated.
I just thought it's funny, though. Like, we all just thought it was kind of funny.
It is. It is funny.
I
guess it is pretty funny.
I think it's funny to get your mom a job at work, though, for some reason.
It depends on the job, but listen, if your mom needs a work, like if I could get my mom a job and she needed a job, I love my mom, I would definitely try to help her get a job.
My mom got me a job, and it went great. Here's a weird question from somebody. Tipping housekeepers at hotel, no cash. Now, you're supposed to tip the housekeepers. I'm not saying that's a weird thing to ask. Mm-hmm. His method that he's come up with, you don't want to do.
I can't wait.
Suppose I'm checking out of my hotel room. The housekeepers have done a good job, and I realize I have absolutely no cash on me. Is it acceptable to leave a little note with my phone number and text me with your Venmo or PayPal info so I could tip or something to that effect?
Yeah, definitely ask for their phone number. Leaving your phone number for the housekeeper is some porno ass shit.
It really is.
You're giving your phone number, and you're expecting that person to like do the legwork.
Yeah.
I would
tip.
be.
Hello, please. Can I have my $10? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would be I would be kind of, as someone who did housekeeping. Thank you very much. I worked in a hotel, and I didn't work in the housekeeping, but you take shifts in other places, and I did housekeeping. Right. I would be freaked out by that. Like, I would think there's like something else going on. Definitely. Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you just go take money out and leave cash?
Exactly.
Right. I would say that, often I feel like there will be an ATM you could just go to. But if for some reason you can't do that, you could write down your Venmo username and say, can you Venmo request me?
But that also makes them do the.
That's why you have to have cash. It's just part of the thing. Yeah.
For tipping,
the most
that
reliable
type of thing,
place for a working ATM to be is a hotel.
For sure.
Like I can't think of a more reliable place than the hotel lobby to get to an ATM. I mean, maybe like a convenience store. Sometimes those don't work. Finally, here's our last question. Is there a reason why British people prefer the chop and eat as you go method, and how does it compare to American dining habits?
What is that? What is chop and eat as you go?
No idea.
You love it, Libby.
Libby playing dumb right now. Like, what are you even talking about?
My hands are up. I don't know what it is.
It's chop and eat as you go is cut your food as you go. You eat your food instead of cutting it all up.
But wait. That's how you eat.
That's the right way to eat.
That's the normal way to eat. What you eat it? Do you chop it all up, Brian?
Sometimes.
Okay, that's bizarre. And maybe the American, but listen, and I'm a Commonwealth country as well, so we take a lot of our cues from the Brits. But I do believe that chopping your food up makes the most sense, eating it as you go versus
so like you have a steak, and then before you eat it, you're like, I'm just going to cut this up into my little bite-sized pieces.
But won't it gets cold faster then?
Who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares? Lots of people. That's like the point of people want to eat hot food. When your food gets cold, some people send it back for being cold.
If you chop it all up before you eat, you're going to eat it much faster than a chop and eat as you go person.
Listen, I've made steak bites before where I chop it up before I cook it, and then it cooks really fast in like an air fryer or whatever, and it makes it like a lot easier and but. No, I've never even thought of the concept of that. It seems like, well, wait, that's not true. We do that for my toddler.
The baby is what I was thinking.
For my toddler.
But I don't have somebody else do it for me. I when I do it, it's just like, you know what? Let's get the work out of the way here so we can get to the recreation.
Oh yeah, you're sitting there thinking, I'm the baby and I'm the mommy too. Here I go, eating my food. Yum yum yum.
It's the best part of being grown up. You get to be the baby and the mommy.
The mommy, exactly.
Well,
Yes.
Brian knows all about that.
I understand.
But I that's genuinely bizarre to me, the idea of cutting up. So this is a common thing in the United States?
Yeah, I know a lot of people that do it.
I've never seen that happen. I've never met someone. I've never gone out with someone who does that, other than for their children. I've literally never seen that ever. Every single person I've ever eaten food with, and I've eaten food with a lot of people in my life, every single one of them has used the chop and eat.
Chop and eat as you go. Yeah, we all call it that.
Yeah.
The chop and eat as you go.
I don't think it's
I just call it eating. I just call it eating a meal.
No.
Chop and eat as you go.
The answer to the question, it's called civilized dining, you see.
Yeah.
In Great Britain, we're taught from a very young age how to use a knife and fork and how to behave like civilized human beings.
All right, well, now I'm getting embarrassed.
That's just getting a little bit. That's a bit much.
The civilized human beings, when sitting at the dining table and eating our food. The idea of cutting up the food and then discarding the knife only to shovel the food into your mouth with the fork is the height of ignorance and utterly frowned upon in this country. See, that's weird to me because, again, I get the chop and eat as you go. I guess if the food gets cold fast or whatever.
Don't be like, I get it. Like as if like, hey, I get this crazy thing that you guys are doing. It's definitely the normal way to do it.
We're normal.
But
I'm normal.
I'm normal in this sense, Brian. In this rare instance, you are the not normal one.
I don't do it every time. I had steak the other day. I chopped and eat it as I goed.
That's very
I chopped and eat it as I go.
I chopped and eat it as I go. I went to a fine dining French restaurant, chopped and eat it as I go.
I ain't chopping up all before.
Excuse me, waiter. Could you cut this up for me?
Well, now
he wouldn't even ask that. He would have his wife ask that for him because he'd be too nervous.
Oh, shut up. My wife had to ask for ketchup for me the other day.
What?
Because I was too nervous.
He gets too nervous to ask for anything at the restaurant. So he's like, Katie has to be like, oh, he'd like 2 Coca-Colas at like off
to Diet Cokes.
Right.
2 Diet Cokes to start, you know.
And she'll, like I said, she was like, hey, can he have ketchup for me? Because I was like, guys, I want ketchup. Too nervous to ask.
No, I see. In that situation, and maybe this is, I don't mean to stunt on Katie here, but I would just be like, hey, can I get some ketchup?
Yeah.
And then they see the shy hubby using the ketchup and they know, but
I'm not shy.
Can I just defend
sorry.
Katie?
I'm not shy. I'm trying to be. I don't like I hate that I want ketchup at a French restaurant. Like I go to this really nice French restaurant. There's this fine dining place in town, and I'm sitting down, and I'm like, I'm wearing a cowboy shirt.
You're like, for Brian?
This is a nice restaurant, so we're using the chop and eat as we go technique here.
I was chopping and eating as I went.
That's how nice it was, Libby. That's how nice this place was.
That is fancy. Can I ask what the meal was?
I had steak frites.
Okay, no, that's fine. There's ketchup's for the fries.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
I should have used the Bordelaise.
If a place has French fries
as ketchup.
No, if a place has French fries, it's perfectly reasonable to ask for ketchup.
Absolutely.
Totally reasonable. But I just wanted to circle back to defend Katie in that I think the reason she says he would like it is because she would really like him to just take
I understand.
the responsibility.
It's a teaching moment.
So she's hoping at some point that, she's like a little bit shaming him in a nice way to be like, you can ask for this. I don't have to do this every time.
It's not weird.
Yeah.
Because that's what she always says. It's not weird, Brian.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not
But I have a real nerve about the people that work at a place. Maybe it's from all those years doing street fight and taking phone calls and stuff from employees. Like, I don't want to be horrible. And
you
then
don't want to be the
French,
bad guest, yeah.
The French thing, the restaurant was just like, I know that ketchup is frowned upon in that sort of world. I didn't ask to go to that place. I went to that place because my daughter wanted to go to it.
Well, you should explain all this to them when you put your hand up and say, here's the thing, is I didn't ask to come here, and all I need is some ketchup, okay? And I'm going to cry if you don't bring it.
They did have the best Diet Coke I've ever had there. So anyway, this person goes, the idea to us, a lack of table manners rather denotes a breakdown in civilization.
No.
If you want to behave
shut the fuck up.
Oh, British people online, you're not helping me.
Yeah, everyone's wrong here. It's like you're right in theory, this person. Nope. But now they're coming across as incredibly smug and above
That's
it
what
all.
all the chop and eat as you go people are like.
You think we all come across as a bit smug?
We're all a bit smug about our chopping
and
eating as we going.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time. It's all anybody says.
Yeah.
He goes, by all means, carry on and do so. Just go and do it in an actual cave and not in a restaurant where civilized people are trying to enjoy their dinner. So that is...
Listen, I bet you that would probably be like, a cave would probably be like some really... Nowadays, they'd have a fancy restaurant in a cave. That would be the coolest, most fancy kind of restaurant.
Yeah, you eat it off a big rock.
Yeah, exactly. And it would be that would actually be better than the place that this British person
when they serve you steak on a stone?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You never heard of that?
I mean, I've never had it happen to me before, but I can imagine it. But
that was the big gimmick of the place that I ate at. Steak on a stone, and I literally thought it was just a hot rock, and then they brought it out and it was just like a piece of slate, like a flat
and it's is it hot?
Yeah
I
got tuna there because I was trying to prove to Katie that I could eat fish, and I should have got steak.
You should have got
but
steak.
It was a different time of my life. I was wearing a blazer and a bowler hat, and I was trying to convince everybody that I was
you wore a bowler hat.
Yeah, we'll send you the photo. It's a really funny photo.
I would love to see that.
It's a really funny photo.
I wore a fedora and a bowler hat because I wanted to be a gentleman for a few years.
Yeah.
So, but I would wear it with the picture of me wearing one is in a t-shirt. I also have a picture of me wearing a fedora and a Coheed and Cambria t-shirt.
Sure. Look, I had a hat phase too. It was 2006. It was a different time.
You got to do it. You had to do it. They were like, if you're wearing a ball cap, you're acting like a little child.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I want to wear a hat.
You were just trying to be a proper gentleman with good manners.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Libby.
Yeah.
Tell people where to find you.
The podcast is What's All This Then? Brian has been on and Chris will be on. I don't know when this comes out, but I bet Chris's episode will be out by the time.
I'm guessing most likely. Well, this is 2 weeks, so we're only 1 week ahead.
It'll be about the same week. So go listen to Chris's episode of What's All This then. It's going to be a wonderful time.
I'm excited about it because I get to talk about British stuff, and it's like
what is it? Chop and eat as you go? Is that
we're doing chop and eat as you go?
We're doing chop and eat as you go.
People have been asking for that since we started the podcast. They've been like, when are you going to do chop and eat as you go?
Obviously, they started this podcast so they can inevitably get to the chop and eat as they go episode.
We held up as long as we could, but we were like, we got to address it. We got to do chop and eat as you go.
Yeah, and next week we're doing chop and eat as you go, guys. So. We're making fun. We're going to go in on them. We'll see how next week.
Really Libby, horny.
Libby has a stream as well. You also have a stream.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, so twitch.tv/Libtron. A couple times a week on there. Doing a lot of GeoGuessr recently. So if you like
I used to do that. I used to do
so
GeoGuessr
fun.
where I became obsessed with finding sheds. I don't know where it came from, but and now I drive by on the highway over in Vancouver and I see this fucking perfect shed all the time.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of that. So yeah, maybe,
of your shed years.
The shed years, the shed years. It was a good time.
I'll let you guys show my apartment.
What do you mean?
I'll just give you the...
Oh, you'll give your address.
I'll just give you the home address.
That's not how GeoGuessr works.
That's not what GeoGuessr is not a doxing platform.
Oh. No, yeah, GeoGuessr, they gives you a random place. You have to figure out where it is.
There are times where I want to do a Brian's Cribs because Chris always says my apartment is too big.
I would love that.
And it's not big. So I wouldn't.
It's not too. You use the space. You have like the indoor tennis court, and you have like this stuff. So it's like it doesn't feel big because it's like it's all filled up with insane like antique furniture and things like
the Lego
that.
room.
Mm-hmm.
The Lego floor.
The Lego floor.
All right.
It's more of a floor.
We'll see y'all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.